Look.
Hi, my name is Jason Fields, codename Jaffo. I was in the Navy for 6 years. I held a top secret security clearance. I repaired computer systems. Within a computer system, things are very structured, and there's always a way to create the solution to the problem you want to solve. The reason I love magic is because it also speaks to my right brain. The computer aspect is all left brain. I like using that technical aspect to solve some problems within magic. I spend a lot of my time perfecting things that the non-magician will never see. They'll never understand what I've done to create this. I just want a chance to present what I do to other magicians who can truly appreciate what I've done. This message was self-destruct now.
Enjoy the close-up magic of Jaffo.
Thank you, and thank you. Well, I guess the question of the day is, where did all of this come from? Where did this come from? I get asked this question a lot, and tonight for your show, I will answer that question. But I do require the assistance of two enthusiastic volunteers. Gentlemen, please join me now. Thank you. Mr. Penn, if you would, this seat over here. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much, Teller, for joining us. Actually, thank you both very much for being on my show tonight. Before we get started, Mr. Teller, would you hold on to the glass? Make sure it's okay. Check it out. And if there's anything unusual, just sound it right out. Let us know. Don't hold back. And while he's doing that, do me a favor. Take a look at the coins, and please, by all means, take this marker and write a big old, like a letter, number, symbol shape. Make it big and bold. And on that particular coin, I need you to faithfully reproduce the entire ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in exquisite detail.
What's in every coin? You just want
all 4 coins. Your initials will be fine. How's the glass? Looking good? It's straight legit. Now, real briefly, I did tell you that I would say where the coins came from, but does anybody know? Anybody? From my pocket. Don't look so disappointed out there. But the glass is a different matter entirely. I got this from the hotel bar, but I'll return it after the show. And they'll never know. You guys won't tell, right? Our little secret? Okay. And they'll say, oh, this is cool. No, you guys can't really see from where you're sitting, but Penn has drawn some rather crude vulgarities. I like your style, sir. Very nice. But all teasing aside, let me show you what's more, I guess what's more important than the marks placed upon each of the coins is watch what happens as I wave the one. See, I thought I heard that too. I guess it makes sense because if the coins came from the pocket, they should go. Okay, let's do the second coin and move along here. Actually, I need a huge favor from you, Teller. Would you give a gentle tap on the hand and have you say the magic word? The word is go.
Go.
Go, he says. Did you tap? He tapped and it is gone. It is gone, and yet I assure you, it has not traveled far. Now for the third coin, we'll do something a little bit out there, a little bit different. I will use my pinching fingers, and you can see the mark placed upon the coin up to the last one. Actually, I need to borrow your magic pinching fingers. Actually, would you hold on to that very tightly? You feel it? You got it? Don't let go, because if he lets go too soon, all is lost. No pressure. Would you place the final coin into the outstretched hand? You can see it into the tightly clenched fist, and that coin will travel from the hand through the spatial ethers, joining the ones before leaving. One coin left, and here it is. May I please? Thank you so much. You can probably feel the coin right there. You can feel that.
I can, yes.
Absolutely wonderful. Guys, watch, listen. Well, I suppose we have a little mystery, and the question really is, what is in the pocket? Now, when I reach my hand into this pocket, people get a little suspicious. Penn, would you take your dainty pinching fingers, reach in, just grab the, just be careful, be gentle, actually. I saw the drawings. Just grab the rim of the glass and pull the whole thing straight up. And very gently pour the coins onto the table. And please verify for our audience, yes or no, are those the same coins?
Those are the same coins.
You better believe it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Thank you.
My name's Matt Johnson, and I'm from Sheffield, England. When I discovered tattoos, I realized that I can carry my scrapbook and my memories wherever I go. The J here is for my brother Jonathan. He has tubular sclerosis, which causes seizures. I've watched him literally have 3, 4 in a row, go into a coma, and can't breathe. And that's why I do the water escape. What I experienced in there is kind of what he goes through too, so it's my way of being closer to my brother. He's the most courageous guy I know. So when I need the inspiration and that last bit of oxygen, that's what I think about.
Put your hands together for the breathtaking Matt Johnson.
Well, good evening, folks. I'm from Canada, but I originally grew up in Sheffield, England, and when I was a kid, I had a poster on my bedroom wall. The gentleman in the poster was arguably the greatest escapologist of all time. His name, Harry Houdini. Now, Houdini was famous for many escapes, but the one he was probably most famous for and the most terrifying was the water torture cell. In this escape, he would suspend himself by his ankles, turn himself upside down, and go into a tank of water, chained and shackled. He'd attempt to make his escape whilst holding his breath. This evening, I'd like to try my version of the water tank for you and for Penn and Teller. Now, I'll make no secret of the fact that I'll be attempting to pick the handcuffs and the lock around my neck using this bobby pin. However, the last lock, the one that keeps the lid closed, that one's a little different. Alison, if you could join me at the table, please. I have here a glass. It contains 20 keys. Each one has a red ribbon attached. I also have a padlock. This is the padlock that will go through the lock on the lid of the box. Now, it's important to note, Alison, that none of the keys in that glass will open the lock. Now, I'd like you to verify this for the audience and for Penn and Teller, but obviously we don't have time to go through all 20 keys, so I'm going to tip them out on this cloth here. And what I'd like you to do is select 3 keys at random, but please be sure and know that you can choose any key you like from the top, underneath, the left or right. I want you to be absolutely categorically sure that none of the keys open the lock. So I want you to take 3 keys at random now, please, and place them here on the table. Okay. There's 1, 2, third time lucky, 3. Now, I'd like you to take each one of those keys one at a time and try them in the lock, if you would, please. And you're going to verify for the whole audience that none of the keys that you selected at random open the lock. The first one, no. Would you put it in the glass, please? Good. The second one. Folks, she's trying this now. That doesn't open the lock. No. And finally, the third and final key, third time lucky. Does that open the lock?
No.
No. Drop it in the glass, please. In fact, the only key that opens the lock is this one. I keep it separate for obvious reasons. Alison, would you verify for everybody? Take this last key, please. Try it in the lock. And does that one open the lock?
Yes.
Good. Leave the lock open. Take the last key. Place the lock on the table. And now take the last key and drop it in the glass. Good. Would you pick up the glass with one hand underneath, please, and one hand on top? I'd like you to shake up the keys. So, Alison, would you verify that you just took the only key that opened the lock and placed it in the glass and mixed it up with all the others? Is that correct?
Yes.
Good. So, therefore, no pressure, but if this should go horribly wrong at any point, it is all your fault.
Oops.
Alison, you can place the glass on the table. We'll take it from here. Thank you so very much. You can go over to the side of the stage. Folks, I'd like you to put yourselves in my position. Imagine that you are locked and shackled underwater and you can't breathe. Not only are you trying to pick your restraints while holding your breath, but you're also trying to find the only key to your freedom. Literally, like trying to find a needle in a haystack. I also want you to bear this in mind. The escape you're about to see is extremely dangerous. Please do not try this under any circumstances. I've rehearsed for this escape for about a year. But anything can go horribly wrong. One more thing. As I duck under the water, if you want to join in, take a breath with me. Wish me luck.
Wow.
Okay, I'm good.
So how do you train? I mean, do you start like in a swimming pool?
I actually train breath holding. I'm not a free diver, but I train breath holding. And the only way to do it is like going to the gym. You just have to put in the time, put in the effort. That's literally the only way. And you have to go through the pain of the lungs burning. That's all you can do, right? And when I go under, I really try and just picture myself floating in the abyss, getting deeper into the ocean. Thinking burns oxygen. I don't want to burn oxygen, so.
All right, well, let's hold our breaths and see what the boys have to say.
Okay.
Penn, tell her.
Oh, wow. Great act. Great act.
Our next trickster.
My name's Jessica Jane Peterson, and I'm from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I started in my family's magic show. My mom was magician's assistant, and my aunt and uncle were magicians. My first trick was a cane that levitated and danced around. That was what made me want to be a magician. The day after I graduated high school, a circus sideshow was in town, and I ran away with the circus. I learned how to do a straitjacket escape. I learned fire eating, how to walk on broken glass. I had knives thrown at me 20 times a day. I mix real danger or real effects with magic and illusion. I think as performers, if you get beat up, it means you're doing it right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the big top talent of Jessica Jane Peterson.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may wonder how a girl like me ended up with such a dangerous profession. When I was a kid, my parents took me to the state fair. I, of course, loved the rides and the games, but what really caught my eye was the circus sideshow. We saw a strong man, an electric lady, even a sword swallower. But my favorite act was the fire eater. When she came on stage, I was captivated. I could feel the heat of the flames from my seat. She had such confidence and grace. I knew one day I wanted to be like her. Well, that day came years down the line when I was performing my magic at that same fair, and that same sideshow was back. Only this time, when they left town, I left with them. You see, the circus sideshow has a way of leaving its mark on you. Let me show you what I mean. This is a newspaper article about that very sideshow that I saw when I was a kid. Penn, hello, love.
Hi.
How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Good, good. As I run the scissors up and down the article, please say stop at any time.
Stop.
Right there?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to cut wherever you say, so we can raise the scissors up a little, down a little,
Down
or stay
just a
right
little
there.
bit. Down
Just a little bit?
Yeah.
Right there?
Right there, sure.
All right. Now, I don't want to go anywhere near that article, so I'm going to need someone to help me out. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the lovely Allison. Hi.
Hi.
Could you please pick up that paper for me, love?
Sure.
That's right. Just pick up that paper and hold on to it, all
Okay.
righty? All you got to do is hold the paper.
All right.
That's right, boys. The redheads are teaming up. Now, Allison, a moment ago, we cut a piece off a newspaper clipping.
Yes.
That piece fell to the floor, and you now have it.
Yes.
Penn, where we cut was completely your choice, correct?
That's correct.
Allison, look at the paper. Are there a bunch of different words on it?
Yes.
All right, look at the top line of the place that Penn cut to. Don't say anything yet, but look at the first word of the top line of that clipping. I want you to burn that word into your mind. Have you got it?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told you the circus sideshow has a way of leaving its mark on you. Allison, for the first time, say your word aloud.
Time.
What is it?
Time.
T-I-M-E, time. Mm-hmm. Watch.
Jessica Jane Peterson! Wow.
Thank you so much for helping me.
That's very impressive.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Absolutely. How long have you been eating fire?
I have been eating fire for about 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I joined the Circus Sideshow when I was 17 years old.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Take me through that very first one.
Okay, the very first time I ate fire,
Yeah.
I was performing magic at a fair up in New Jersey. It's a true story. And the Circus Sideshow was right across the midway from me. So I went inside and I got baptized by fire. I literally stuck my tongue out and they put the torch on my tongue. And that was the first time I ate fire.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I've been doing it ever since.
And have you ever tasted anything since?
Barbecue tongue? Does that count?
Let's see if Penn and Teller are fired up by your act. This next Penn and Teller trick